You should be upset with people like me.
I am. That's why I'm finna rob your dumbass.
That's the best. Oh my gosh. You know what I do? You know what I wanted to do? I want to show a video real quick. This has nothing to do with anything outside of it's just funny. Just a heads up, there is a state of play later today. We're not going to react to it. We'll give you guys a full rundown of all that stuff. Yesterday we talked about some of the insanity happening in the world. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Sorry. We talked about some of the insanity that's happening in the world. There's this guy named Nick Shirley. Have you seen this guy over on X before? Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley is he's like a young dude, probably early 20s, and he's a man on the street reporter. And he goes out and his channel does really well on YouTube, and occasionally he posts clips over on X. And I wanted to share this with you. Now, he is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which we all know what happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota several years ago, right? And he's over here talking to people of the African variety here. Some would call them African Americans. And he is confronting an anti-white white man who, quote, deserves to be robbed. Now, this is a 3-minute video here. And this is like a giant roller coaster. So I want to react to this with you, Arch. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Oh, excellent.
And I too would call them African Americans. I would not call them basketball Americans because they're too short.
No, I did not call them that, just to be clear. Blabs, have you seen this?
No, I haven't. I usually avoid the idiots, to be honest.
Okay, here we go. Let's go check this out.
Hey, who is this guy? Come with me. Here we go. Look, now he's running. There he is. He's running away. What's going on? You got a problem with us live streaming or what?
I mean, this ain't where you're from.
Is there a problem with me being here?
You're a white person.
What was that all about?
Y'all don't pay the stolen land tax?
You're white as well, dude. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And you're whiter than him.
You're white as well. I don't understand where you're coming from.
Because you got to take accountability for it.
Accountability for what?
Systemic problems. Because this right here, you're occupying indigenous land here. You're occupying space that isn't here.
Wait.
So real quick, Arch, does this happen where you live? Is there people like this where you live?
I have yet to see anybody wearing a coffee filter as a mask. No.
This is the 2025 variety of it here. Yes.
But we do have people going like, this is stolen land. They're called the Sami, and I hate them a lot.
What is that about? What's the argument there?
The Sami came here about 800 years after us and went, we own this now. And they've been going on about that for another 800 years thereafter.
Okay. So there are people like this all over the place here. And this guy, I imagine there's probably a lot more of these people in Minnesota, right? Where this takes place than there are per capita. Like as you go west in the United States, or towards the coast in the United States, you find more and more people like this. But let's go and see how this goes, because once again, you are occupying indigenous land. Means standing somewhere where someone used to stand. Okay.
You're occupying space that isn't here.
Wait, but I can say the exact same thing to you.
You can. And you should.
And you're occupying this
and
space.
And we should be calling out people. Honestly, he and
is
I deserve
we?
to be robbed.
Okay, there it is. Honestly, he and I deserve to be robbed.
That is so insulting to the black dude. Like, holy
Right.
shit.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Hello there, melanated individual. I know your kind's proclivities for armed robbery. I'm just saying, if you're feeling the urge right now.
So let's see how this escalates here.
You say we deserve to be robbed.
Yeah.
Okay, take his iPhone. Take it.
Okay, take it.
Take it.
Do you think he's gonna give it to him?
He's probably just not gonna let him. I think he's just gonna stand there and let it happen.
I would hope he wouldn't.
Let's see what happens.
I use it for mutual aid.
Right
Give me
now.
it. You want to help my mutual aid friends?
Give me it.
You want to? Okay.
Give me it.
Do you want to
Take his iPhone. Take his iPhone. You just said you didn't want it.
Dude,
Give me it.
I use this to help people.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You want to go
Who do you
talk to
help?
Rhonda?
Who do you help?
I help Rhonda. I help my friend Corey.
You just said
I
you
help my
deserve to be
friend
robbed,
Omar.
though.
I help so many people that need this because that's the way that I connect with people.
So we deserve to be robbed, but not me. Not me, by the way. I just want to point that out. So don't steal me. Don't rob me. But yeah. So, anyways, there's always
Wow.
rules for thee, but not for me.
They need this.
I do as much as I can.
But no,
They need this?
but you just said you deserve to be robbed.
It seems like you need this.
He needs a phone. He needs a phone. Help him out. He needs a phone.
I need a $30 phone.
You want this phone? Come get it. Come get it.
Oh no! Oh no! Now we're escalating.
He said he
No
deserved to be robbed.
joy.
Do you know what Kofi is?
Come get it.
We can do that.
Come get
Look,
it.
We can do that.
Look, now they'll
We
take
can
the
do
phone.
Kofi. We can
get
do
it.
Kofi. I use this for crowdfunding.
No, you said you deserve to be robbed, though.
I use this
break
for
this
mutual
bitch
aid.
in my hand.
And you'll be hurting people.
Who?
You'll be hurting my friend Corey.
How?
My friend Corey.
needs
It's always something else. That's right. Rules for thee, not
Needs
for me.
resources.
resources.
Okay. How are you helping your friend Corey so far if she doesn't have those resources?
Because
Are
I give them to her.
Where's my $30?
As well as several
Giving
other
it.
Where's my $30?
So that's the way that these people should be treated. Where's my money? Just walk up with your hand out. Where's my $30? Give me my $30.
To her and actually allowing her to
So you
have
said- you said-
the
you said
choices
you wanna
of
help
This
me?
guy said
all
he deserves to be
different-
robbed. I
all
don't want to be robbed.
different
We're not gonna let
varieties
these kids
of
rob
two
him.
different things.
But see what happens when he says, "I deserve to be robbed,"
You're not
and then he
either.
gets
I am here for
robbed.
people.
See what happens? He doesn't want to get robbed
I
because
get
nobody wants to get
upset
robbed.
at people
No one
like
deserves to get robbed.
You should.
This guy's a lunatic.
Huh?
You should be.
Should be what?
You should be upset with people like me.
I am. That's why I'm finna rob your dumbass.
That's the best. Oh my gosh.
What?
Why?
Huh?
I mean,
Why?
you
Because
you
you're
can't-
on indigenous land, not your
Yeah.
land. My people's land. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? I can do whatever the fuck I please on my land. Now give me the phone.
I need it to help people.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I got 10.
I got
Give me
10.
$10.
Man, I know you got more than $30. Show me your wallet. I'll bet you got
Go
$30.
to the bank. Go to the bank. Go to.
Not what?
Wait, we still
Because-
getting the phone. Let me get the phone.
And you see this, people? You see how the cycle works? I said I wouldn't take the phone. My little niggas, on the other hand, I didn't say nothing about
He
them.
said he deserves to get robbed.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. And I think all they did there was just put the shit right back in the kid's face and be like, here you go. This is what you asked for. And like that. I feel sorry for the kid with the coffee filter for a mask, right? I do, because he's clearly broken. He's the type of kid who would show up at at an event or something like that feels like his identity is tied to the rainbow, right? He has no identity outside of that. He's probably in his early 20s. COVID really messed them in his teens. And here he is thinking that he needs to let everybody know how he's helping everybody. Listen, I'm helping people. Don't rob me. Don't rob me. I'm the good guy here, but I'm also the bad guy here because I'm right. Like it's amazing to see how these people have literally just been broken. They're broken individuals, and it's sad. You said this happens in your neck of the woods as well, Arch?
Not quite this bad, no, luckily. But of course, he's an individual who's been indoctrinated. And you can tell that by the fact that he doesn't understand his own doctrine, which is why he goes, "We deserve to be robbed. No, you can't rob me because I'm giving resources." This is a classic case of somebody who is simply indoctrinated. They haven't thought about their ideology very closely. They haven't investigated the obvious contradictions in that ideology. They have simply been told that if you do this, you'll be a good person. And that's not necessarily the case.
This may be my favorite of the day. Like, straight up statement. And I feel like we need to open every podcast letting everybody know that this stream is on indigenous internet. I feel like that's something that should be very important for us to do before we start a show. This actually, how do we fix this? That's exactly what you do. You point at it and you laugh at it and you let people know how stupid they are. I think that's the only way you can fix something like this. It's insane. These people are literally broken. Blabs, I don't know. Do you have anything on that?
I think it's insane. I do agree that this is the best way to do this, is have a conversation back with them, right? That's the only way to keep going. Otherwise, we just become just like them and vice versa. So yeah, I think these are like the best way to have these conversations, is just to be right in their faces and be like, so you said this, so this is what's going to happen now, and see how they retaliate. Yeah.
I think that those guys who go out and do the street interviews are not so much brave, but they do the Lord's work, right? And pointing out the hypocrisy with all these people. And that's the only way, that's the only thing that you can really do. I admire kids like this Nick Shirley guy.
Hey.
Well, when I say admire, I use that term loosely. But I say maybe I appreciate the work that they do and kind of pointing it out, because this stuff needs to be done. Now, the reality is that this guy has no idea that he's gone viral, right? He has no idea, because it's not in his algorithm, in his world. So he has no idea that he's being laughed at by everybody, which also is a major part of the problem. But it's so funny. It legitimately just makes me giggle seeing these folks who are like this. Still in 2025, still wearing the mask, still talking about indigenous land. And the reality is that they will live their entire life like that until it's, go ahead, Arch.
The problem is, I don't think this will do anything. Like, what this needs is actually like a re-education campaign of outreach. And I know that sounds bad, but the thing is, mocking them is not going to do anything. It'll only entrench them further, because nobody responds to mockery. Nobody responds to being told that they're wrong, no matter how logical the point is put across. The human mind naturally closes down to critique. So I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if there is a simple way to fix this. I think, if anything, it would be a very complex solution that needs to be done. And it's just by changing culture. Make it uncool to be like this, so that they'll seek the recognition they thought they would get from their quote-unquote charitable work someplace else.
When it comes to you mentioned like re-education, right? That's a very like dangerous, I would say dangerous term, right? A lot of people have a negative connotations to that, or stigma, a very polarizing term. Maybe that's a better way to say it. But I do think that there is value in providing an alternative. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, right? There are these kids who, they are socially awkward, right? They have been broken, but they also don't know anything different. So if you were to offer them, like, let's say you offered some sort of summer camp or something like that, where you did take away their phones, there was no phones, they just got in touch with nature for the summer. They actually had to have real life conversations with real people, not in their little Discord groups or Reddit communities. I think, you do a summer camp like that with or even a couple weeks away. I think that would do some serious healing. Just going out and touching grass, if that makes sense. Am I wrong with that?
Well, yeah. Like, the problem is, if you've been indoctrinated into something, you can't be convinced out of it. What's the saying? You cannot be reasoned out of a position you have not reasoned yourself into.
Sure.
So, no matter the negative connotations of re-education, we're going to have to take a page out of the Soviet book on this one.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Well, like you said, summer camps, but they called them gulags.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I was going for.
We can try to make these nicer, but in essence.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to do it nicer. I don't want to do the gulag by any means. I'm not advocating for that. But I appreciate your passion for that, Arch. That's good. Obey YouTube. Watch this video. It's suggested for you.